Welcome to your Taylor Council Connection. My name is Daniel Seguin, and this is a recap of the June 11th, 2026 City Council meeting. The meeting began with the approval of a neighborhood plan introduced at the last meeting and a letter of no objection supporting Soulbrain's application to participate in a foreign trade zone. The council then held a public hearing regarding a proposed amendment to the current budget. The amendment included some corrections to general fund reimbursement from enterprise funds and acknowledgement of receipt of reimbursement from FEMA for expenses related to the 2023 winter storm. It also includes some new programs in the downtown district introduced at a prior meeting with the goal to improve downtown streets and brand downtown as the front porch of Texas. The amendment also includes funds for improvements to Taylor Regional Park and expansion of the city's street maintenance program. Finally, it includes some general corrections to the budget and notes reimbursements and grants that were not included in the original budget. Next, the council received a report from the Charter Review Commission. The charter is the city's constitution and outlines responsibilities and restrictions of the city government. A commission was established in December by the council to review the charter and provide recommendations to the city council for updates to better align the city's responsibilities with the desires of the community and to ensure the charter still aligns with state law. The commission held 8 public meetings and were guided by special legal counsel. They evaluated every provision in the charter against state law, evaluated their effectiveness, and identified confusing or obsolete language. They initially identified 57 total amendments that could or should be made to the city's charter. They whittled those down to 11 total amendments covered in 7 ballot propositions. The city council directed staff to proceed with the next steps for placement of the 7 ballot propositions on the November 2026 general election ballot. The item will return to the council in the next few months to finalize the ballot language and call the election. The council then received a valuation update from the Williamson Central Appraisal District. They reported that average home values have fallen once again this year. Additional value added to the tax rolls, including $370 million of commercial value and additional 158 new residential properties, offset the falling home values. Overall, taxable values increased approximately 14%, from $4.7 billion to $5.4 billion. These values are preliminary and may change before the budget is finalized in the fall. Next, the council approved a special use permit for a short-term rental at 3004 Don Hill Lane. The council then approved a special use permit for a multifamily dwelling at 1019 West 3rd Street with some restrictions, including limiting the height of the building to 2 stories. Next, the council approved a task order with Freese & Nichols for $365,000 for Phase 2 of the Comprehensive Plan amendments. In Phase 2, the council will appoint an advisory committee to conduct a deep dive into the comprehensive plan to identify and recommend amendments based on community and developer input. They will revise the community vision and guiding principles, future land use plan, transportation framework, housing and neighborhood strategies, economic development analysis, and the implementation plan. They will also recommend updates to the Land Development Code, including zoning districts and permitted uses, development standards, subdivision regulation procedures, historic preservation standards, and housing. The project will require community input. Multiple methods of input will be coming, including open houses, pop-up events, online engagement, and surveys. This will build upon the public engagement already done in Phase 1. The amendment process is expected to take 12 months. The council then made appointments to the Comprehensive Plan and Development Code Advisory Committee. The council appointed Ben Fuentes, Julie Downs, Chuck Farr, Dwayne Areola, Karen Seversi, Mike Applin, Keith Hagler, Buddy Mickna, and Tyler Turner. They will hold 5 total meetings over the coming months that will be published to our website calendar and open to the public. Next, the council approved amendments to our agreements with the General Land Office and the Texas Water Development Board for expansion of our Donna Channel Drainage Improvements Project. The project is grant funded alongside the completed Mustang Creek Detention Pond and the future Travis and Franklin Drainage Project. Due to past funding limitations, the Donna Channel project was limited to improvements along the channel and the addition of a detention pond. Due to the construction costs coming in favorably, the city requested expansion of the project to capture flooding from Holly Lane, across Drake, and down through Pintail Lane and Donna Drive. The amendments will add approximately $1.4 million to the project and prevent future flooding for an additional 10 homes. The council then received a presentation from the Taylor Police Department regarding a traffic study and survey at the intersection of Howard Street and Westlake Drive. Based on analysis of traffic data, crash reports, and a survey of over 500 residents, the police department recommended not to install an all-way stop at the intersection. The council directed staff to work with nearby property owners on moving their fencing to increase the line of sight at the intersection. They also directed staff to develop a new traffic management policy to examine and prioritize traffic mitigation requests and standardize our response to those requests and the approval process. Finally, the council received a proposed update to the boards and commissions handbook. Last updated in 2019, the purpose of the update is to provide clarity for staff, council, and board members regarding roles, responsibilities, and expectations. Changes also promote consistency and ethics and alignment with state laws. The new policy clearly and specifically outlines purpose, authority, roles, and responsibilities for each board, its members, its chairs, and the staff liaisons. Council directed staff to make a few changes regarding the appointments of ad hoc committees and the methods of documenting and storing documentation of board meetings. There was no executive session at this meeting. Thank you for tuning into Your Council Connection. Don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.